Hello, class. I just wanted to show you how to do a atmospheric charcoal study. So you'll notice in the photos that I gave you that you do set up a still life in a box. So the reason for this is to control the light and to really give a sense of the darkness that you're trying to capture. So you can use the same technique if you're going to be drawing in a dark room or drawing into a dark closet or something like that. So we're really trying to capture atmosphere. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to tone the paper. So you can use your charcoal on the side to just kind of tone your paper like this. So I'm just toning the whole thing. I'm using the side of my charcoal. And I'm going to then blend that with the tissue. So I'm getting the whole thing kind of an even tone. I'm going to add a little more. Let's try a little with this one, see if this is a little darker. Get that going. Now I think the tendency is to maybe try to erase too much. So what we're going for is just erasing the light. So first of all, you want to compose your image. So that means either using your hands and looking at the viewfinder that way, or using a viewfinder like this to compose your image. So I'm going to go ahead and look at the still life that I'm looking at, that I've set up. And we'll see which view I like. All right. And then I'm going to just kind of very lightly outline some of the shapes that I want to draw. Notice how light I'm doing this, because I really want to have the charcoal do the talking and not have so many strong lines. Okay, so. Now, some of the shapes, you may not see a full shape. You might just see some highlights or something. So I'm going to just kind of indicate what that is. I know what I'm doing, a little bit of highlight here. And then I have another shape. The bottom of it is right here. Just kind of getting the placement. I'm not, you notice how I'm not going very dark. Just getting the placement of the objects. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to start erasing the light. So a stick eraser is really nice for this. You can really kind of get a sense what you want to do. I also can use a cloth, or you could use a tissue. Tissue is nice because it removes some, but not all of what you're doing. So I just see a little bit of light here. Now, if you don't have a stick eraser, you can use a regular eraser like this. So I'm just, again, I'm really interested in just working with the light, pulling up the light. Okay, there's a little bit of light in here. Now, the nice thing about a photograph is that it really kind of shows you what the values of the objects are that you're drawing. Now, I happen to know that this is a fairly dark bottle. Even though it's white, it's way back in the box. So it's fairly dark. Then what I'm going to do, instead of using those outlines, I'm just going to add some dark. So we already set a medium dark by toning the paper. Now I'm going to go ahead and add more dark. Okay, I know that it's dark here. It's almost the same dark as the background. If you feel like it's helpful, you can draw along with me to get a sense of how to set up a drawing and how to work on one of these. So this piece back here is a very shiny metallic, and I'm going to be, you'll notice that the image for what I'm drawing is also posted in the assignment, so you'll be able to see that and watch me do this part. So dark shadow here. There's a darker shadow here. There's a dark here. I'll make that a little bigger. Nice thing about charcoal, it's easy to change. I'm going to use my stump to blend some of these areas. Now it's interesting, the background and the side of this pot are kind of blending together. So there's going to be nothing that really is going to say that this is the pot. Maybe this little area here is a little bit darker, but it really does blend with the background. Remember, you can use a kneaded eraser as well. This curve and this curve need to be a little more aligned so it doesn't look so flat on the bottom. Okay, so here I've been working on my piece a little bit. You can see all the light and dark. Now I haven't added any compressed charcoal, but that's a whole nother thing. And I'll just show you what it looks like when you add some compressed charcoal. You can add a little bit where you want some real darks, but it also will tend to dominate your drawing. So just be really careful. You can add a little bit, then you use a stump to blend it and kind of blend it with the charcoal. You have to really work on blending those two together. It's a little bit harder. So, but it does add a little more dark. So a few areas, if you want it a little darker, you can add the compressed charcoal. You might want to blend it, might not. But a couple things I want to point out. Notice how the contour of this has disappeared into the shape, and the contour of this has disappeared into the background. So that's what you're really shooting for when you're trying to capture atmosphere, that the darkness is enveloping the shape. Now this is a completely white shape here. It's very gray. That's good. It's the same color as this, but because it's further back in the box, it's going to be a little darker. Now I could, again, darken the background if I want, but you have to just go slowly with the compressed charcoal, and really it will take over. So I would say slowly, slowly, and use your stump to blend it and try to incorporate it into your drawing a little bit at a time. When you're sure, exactly sure you know where you want it, you can add a nice accent of darkness. You can see where I've added it. It's doing a little for the depth and the space. And you have a little more control with this medium, with the compressed charcoal, because it does stay put a little more. So that's a demonstration on how to do atmosphere. Hopefully you'll have fun with that, and be sure to ask me questions if you have any questions. Okay, that's it for now.